Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Charles. I want to welcome you guys to the conversation. So today, we're going to be getting into the real reason why I believe Shannon Sharpe secretly fears Kawhi Leonard. So that's what I want to get into this video. First of all, if all of you guys who watch Undisputed, you all know who Shannon Sharpe is. Now, for those of you who don't really know the background of Shannon Sharpe, he's an American football player. He used to play tight end. He's been inducted in the Pro Football Hall of Fame on August 6, 2011. Now, he had a really spectacular career. He won 3 Super Bowl championships. He's been an 8-time Pro Bowler from 1992 to 1998. He's been on 4 first-team All-Pros. Shannon Sharpe had an illustrious playing career as a football player. Now, if you watch him on TV as a sports analyst, the 2 things you notice about him, number 1 is his strong Southern accent, although he was born in Chicago, Illinois, but he went to high school in Glenville, Georgia. So Shannon Sharpe has this really strong Southern accent, and when he speaks, it makes him sound really, really funny. And if you watch a lot of videos out there of him debating with Skip Bayless, you always hear him call Skip, instead of like all of us would say Skip Bayless, he'll be like Skip. Like, so the way he, says Skip Bayless's name and other things makes him really funny. Another thing that makes him really good as a commentator is that he has all of these sayings. Apparently his grandfather and his late granddad and great grandmother had a saying for pretty much everything. If you listen to him talk, he always says, Skip, my grandfather once told me, or my grandmother once told me. And when you listen to him, people, Skip Bayless will be like, dude, it seems like your grandparents have told you pretty much everything, because they have every saying in the book. So Shannon Sharpe is a really funny TV personality. He's very sharp, he's very smart, he can talk about football, basketball, and he provides a great counterbalance to Skip Bayless, and he provides a lot of contrast. So he's definitely good at what he does. Now, if you pay attention to him, we all know that Shannon Sharpe is probably the biggest LeBron James fan in the history of sports. I think he's a bigger LeBron James fan than LeBron James himself, and for good reason. I mean, LeBron has had a really illustrious career. If you look at him, he's a 3-time NBA champion. He's a 4-time regular season MVP. He's been on 15 plus All-Star teams. He's led the league in scoring. He's a 3 times finals MVP. He's currently leading the NBA in assists, so that's a first for him. So liking LeBron James, the way Shannon Sharpe likes LeBron James is not a bad thing, because he is an all-time great player. Now, we all know that because he has this deep love for LeBron, he tends to go overboard. Now, Shannon Sharpe, in his heart, I believe if you put a lie detector test to him and you ask him, do you think that LeBron James is the greatest basketball player of all time? I think the answer will be yes. And I think he believes that 100% in his fiber, at least to some extent, because I think he believes that LeBron is better than Michael Jordan. There's some days when LeBron goes out and has a really great game, and you'll see him the following day coming on with the GOAT mask. You see him with the GOAT mask with the cigar in his mouth, and he'll be calling LeBron James GOAT James, GOAT James, GOAT James, meaning the greatest player of all time, GOAT James. Up until recently, I think that he's felt pretty good that LeBron has sort of gone unchallenged with that title. But as LeBron is getting older, other players out there like Kevin Durant have been really special. You have people like Stephen Curry a few years ago, maybe about 4 or 5 years ago, when he had that amazing season. A lot of people were saying that he was the best player in the world. And of course, you got my man Kawhi Leonard. Now, for those of you who don't know, Kawhi Leonard has actually played LeBron James in the finals once. I think they played each other twice, and he beat LeBron once. And in the time that they won the championship, I believe the Spurs won that in 2014, if I'm correct, against the Miami Heat. They beat them with a record margin, and I think Kawhi Leonard was the finals MVP. Now, if you listen to Shannon Sharpe talk about Kawhi Leonard as a basketball player, he tends to kind of scoff at his accomplishments. But before I go too far, if you check out this clip, they were asking the panel of Undisputed, who does the title go through this season? Just listen to what the conversation was, and listen to how Shannon Sharpe reacted to that question.
He is the defending champion. He is the defending finals MVP.
Yep.
It is going through him right now. And
Wow.
and that's just how it goes. The defending champion, the defending MVP, everything runs through him. And he went to Toronto and basically carried the whole country, a whole organization to the championship.
Toronto got a better record now.
Nobody's ever done that. Okay? Nobody's ever done that.
All this year?
Huh?
No,
but y'all make it seem like Siakam got a max contract.
No. Kawhi, we're talking about Kawhi here.
Yeah,
it goes through Kawhi still.
Stack.
Until he's dethroned, He is the best player. It's going through him. He is the last Finals MVP. He is the last champion. He is the last person to take his team to a championship. He is the last person to hit a buzzer beater, falling out of bounds to take his team to the finals.
Thank you.
I'm sorry.
So that's the new thing. So you win the All-Star Game MVP. So if you're the finals, if you win the finals the year before and you win the All-Star Game MVP, now that's what we do. We've never done that for Jordan. We've never done that for Magic. We've never done that for Larry. But that's where we are now.
No. The whoever won last year is on the throne to their dethrone. That's how it's always been.
No, the league don't. He's making this. Now, here, I need to give you some context. You know the guy that wrote this article is the beat writer for the Clippers. Now, you know when beat writer, you got to be on your best behavior or they won't talk to you anymore.
Right.
Or let's tell the truth. Skip Bayless, you know this. You know how beat writing works. You of all people know that you got to write positive things or people, they ice out.
Fine line.
But sometimes the positive things are the truth.
That ain't no truth. That ain't no truth. I mean, let us see. I mean, he's having a career year. And that's the 9th best season LeBron has ever had in his career. That's his career year. Now LeBron is averaging more rebounds than Kawhi in a career year. LeBron is doubling him. We've never done that for Larry, but that's where we are now.
No. The whoever won last year is on the throne to their dethrone. That's how it's always been.
No, the league don't. He's making this. Now, here, I need to give you some context. You know the guy that wrote this article is the beat writer for the Clippers. Now, you know when beat writer, you got to be on your best behavior or they won't talk to you anymore.
Right.
Or let's tell the truth. Skip Bayless, you know this. You know how beat writing works. You of all people know that you got to write positive things or people, they ice out.
Fine line.
But sometimes the positive things are the truth.
That ain't no truth. That ain't no truth. I mean, let us see. I mean, he's having a career year. And that's the 9th best season LeBron has ever had in his career. That's his career year. Now LeBron is averaging more rebounds than Kawhi in a career year. LeBron is doubling him.
Now, if you see Shannon Sharpe, I mean, obviously you can't see him, but if you hear him talking about Kawhi in that segment, in that soundbite, and if you actually saw that clip, you would see that there's this level of anxiety that he has whenever he talks about Kawhi Leonard. He's like, how dare you put Kawhi in this argument? And he says, you know, stuff like Kawhi Leonard's season is the best season that he's had, the number 8 season, the greatest season LeBron James had in his career, which caused me to go a little bit deeper into the numbers. So if we look at currently the Lakers as they are in the regular season, right now they're the number 1 seed in the Western Conference as we're shooting this video with a 42-12 record, and the Clippers are the number 3 seed. Now, if you look at LeBron James' stats this season, he's averaging 25 points a game, 7.7 rebounds, 10.7 assists. He's shooting about 49% from the field. He's shooting 34% from the three-point line, 69% from the free throw line, and he's getting you about 1.3 steals a game. So those are pretty much his numbers this season. Now, if we look at Kawhi Leonard is shooting is averaging 27.2 points a game, getting you 7.5 rebounds and 5.3 assists. He's shooting 46% from the floor, 37.4% from the three-point line, 89% from the free throw line, and he's getting you 1.8 steals a game. Now, when he says that Kawhi Leonard is not this, you know, how dare you bring the comparisons to him? Kawhi Leonard has only been playing for 8 years, okay? In those 8 years, what has he been able to accomplish? He's been a 2-time NBA champion in 2014, as I said before, in 2019 with the Toronto Raptors. He's a 2 times Finals MVP. He's been a 4-time All-Star and an All-Star Game MVP. So we all know Kawhi Leonard is a stellar player. Now, if we're going to compare Kawhi and LeBron, then you quickly begin to realize that the disparity that Shannon Sharpe likes to sort of perpetuate is not really true. But if we look at their head-to-head matchups during the regular season, they've played each other a total of 11 times. In those 11 games that they've played, Kawhi Leonard has won 8 out of those 11 games. Now, if we look at their field goal percentages, they're virtually shooting the same against each other at 47%. Kawhi Leonard is shooting 37% from the three-point line to LeBron James is 30%. From the free throw line, Kawhi has shot 86% to LeBron 70%. If we look at the rebounds, LeBron has actually averaged 6 rebounds a game to Kawhi's 7.6. LeBron has been the better playmaker with 7.6 assists to Kawhi Leonard's 4 assists. And Kawhi Leonard has averaged 23.5 points against LeBron and 24.1. if we look at these players when they have a head-to-head matchup against each other, Kawhi Leonard has come out on top quite a bit. Actually, almost 3 times as much as LeBron has when they played against each other. That's number one. Number two, Shannon Sharpe likes to bring up the comparison of how much Kawhi Leonard averaged in the finals, the time they played. You have to think of the fact that Kawhi Leonard was not given that much of an offensive green light when he was playing with Tim Duncan and Tony Parker and Manu Ginobili as he is now. So I guarantee you, if they were to meet in the finals, or in this case, let's say the Western Conference Finals, I guarantee you that Kawhi Leonard would probably be averaging around 30 points a game in that series, which would be a pretty good indicator had they met each other in the finals on different conferences, that Kawhi Leonard will be able to hold his own as an offensive player and certainly as a defensive player. Now, I believe that Shannon Sharpe is really fears Kawhi because he knows that Kawhi Leonard is on a better team. He's a more clutch player. I mean, he's pretty much just as much as a winner as LeBron. Now, LeBron has been in more finals, but Kawhi has a higher winning percentage in the finals. It's not about how many times you go to the finals. People, remember, we don't count your losses, we count your wins. And Kawhi Leonard is only 1 win shy of, beating Kawhi. I think he's 2-3 in the finals, to LeBron is 3-6. So, sure, LeBron has been there more, but he hasn't been able to capitalize on all of those opportunities. And I think Shannon Sharpe is beginning to see the writing on the wall, which is in the very near future, Kawhi Leonard has a good chance to not only equal LeBron James in titles, but actually surpass him. There's a very good chance that Kawhi Leonard could get 4 NBA championship rings. I don't think we're going out on a limb by saying that, because certainly his team is a contender this year, and he has a very good shot at winning a title this year. And if he does, him and LeBron neck or neck in NBA championships, and most likely Finals MVP awards. And I think that's what really scares Shannon Sharpe to his core. Now, forget about all of his bravado when he's speaking and trying to say Kawhi Leonard is not on LeBron James's level. If he wasn't, then all of these people would not be giving Kawhi Leonard the attention that they are. We all know, including LeBron, that Kawhi Leonard is no joke, and he wants all the smoke with the Lakers. And he didn't go sign with the Lakers, he signed with the Clippers because he wants to beat those dudes. So I think Kawhi Leonard is definitely coming. Shannon Sharpe knows it. I just think he won't publicly admit that, because he just has to keep a strong face to show that, LeBron James is the GOAT and all of these different things. But I think deep down in his heart, he knows that boy Kawhi Leonard ain't nothing to play with. And I think that's the reason why he secretly fears Kawhi. He won't say it publicly, but he knows when the claw puts them claws on the Lakers, it's all he's going to be creating all kind of havoc on the court. So that's the reason why I think that Shannon Sharpe secretly fears Kawhi Leonard. But what I want to know from you guys is, do you agree with me? Do you think that Shannon Sharpe, on the low, is a little bit worried about Kawhi, or do you think I'm just off my rockers and you think that LeBron James got this, and when the Lakers and the Clippers meet up, if they do meet up in the playoffs, they're going to give those boys the business? Whatever you think, let me know your thoughts and comments in the comment section below. Once again, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to hit the like button and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell, to be notified when all of our newest and hottest content comes out. Once again, this is Charles here from DreamersPro, wishing you guys an amazing day. Peace!